Hi, I'm Shayna as Israel, and this is my new collection of poetry, The Far She Traveled. It includes 9 years worth of poems, and I'm delighted to present them here for you today. I'm going to read the first poem in each of the sections. There are 6 of them, and what you will notice is that each of the sections are titled after roads that I've frequented and am very familiar with. Thank you again for joining me. Section 1, I-476. Forge. What did the sky look like behind 4 men above its head, with the blood of their goat in its cheek? I believe animals are here to teach us to go, that the gods must be crazy, and at any moment we might be ran down prey. The water chased the ground, the roots chased the water, the goat chased the grass, the cheetah chased the goat, and 4 men hung the sky behind their spears. We lost our hair to craft 2 feet, a larger torso, and ears for equilibrium. We lost our hair midday, 104, 110 degrees Fahrenheit, exhausting a Kulu, the beautiful Kulu, with its West Indian jaw and long wide nose, hazel fur and white striped ribs, yellow eyes, and the horns of a demon king. In the Kalahari, the bipedal bodies before darts, slings, and arrows chased. Animals adapt quickly. Humans have become stubborn, believe they can think their way through a world which has pursued them, driven them mad until every part of them itched, and they left the trees, fell to the ferns, and no longer could swing with the plentiful coconut and banana, and had to go, and they itched, running, and lost their beautiful hair. I believe animals are here to witness our folly, to point at the heating crust, to echo, Earth has chased us all out her belly, born again in her pressing image. Section 2, Route 1. 4th of July. Remember our first Korean barbecue? With the sizzling, crispy, flaky, browned rice and vegetables we scraped out the hot pot? It was all on the table then. Hollering up to Aunt Anna's 4th floor window, "Throw down the keys." We had command. Let folks within earshot know we have peoples round these parts. We were like ribbons around bombs. Chicken legs and clear jelly heels, quarter waters and 10-cent icy hanging out our mouths. And knew how to talk sass to the town drunk, harmonica loud, sucking and puffing and grinding our teeth. We were as American as Jeeps. Bell Atlantic wire, double Dutch rope, for which Shayna, hen proud, was always the one to walk up to the truck, cock her head and her hips, and ask. We'd hold up the line, showing Miguel which color penny candy we wanted. It was always way in the front of the shelf partition where he couldn't see, amidst the shoppers from the Frederick Douglass houses, dropping $1.50 on the counter and walking off with more liquor and Lucy's. We were royalty in the way that youth makes you king. We were Princess Edwana, first recorded author and poet, Mesopotamia's priestess of the moon, hair all nappy and coily and braided up. This was before puberty and weaves. The crap nobody told us was coming. Stretch marks and disfiguring silence. Growing up in Brooklyn, New York, my aunts and family members, we all lived in a tight-knit community really close by to one another. So I could walk up to St. John's and see my Aunt Anna, and walk up to Prospect Ave and see my Aunt Yvonne, and or walk to Blake and Grafton and see my Aunt Cherry or Mother Burgess, my grandmother. And it created a sense of community that stays with you. It feels like a way of living and breathing. The kind of knowing that wherever you turn, even if you're almost home, family is right there. It changes things. And that poem was a little bit of remembering what it means to know you have people around these parts. Section 3, Eastern Parkway. For Jesse Helms. On how many strings are the grapes on this vine hung? And if the farmer wants some for her wine, how knotted are the tangles? And if the loops are many, how cunning the bird that just snips directly at desire? What threat to the farmer is the bird if the grapes continue to bloom? How ordinary desire is for this world, wanting to, alive with pleasure. Section 4, Route 33, Plush. A brown boy in a pale violet snapback baseball cap floats on a longboard. He, careening right onto Chippewa, tucks velvet roses, red, 6, in his grip, his forearms to his ribs. I cooed to my friend, someone will have roses. At corners there is plenty. The Lime Cafe umbrellas, purple awnings, orange window washer crane lifts, eggshell white lobby columns, and the opal modern glass structures they hold. I often sit at the plentitude of intersections under great shade, legs folded with dark lipsticks looking out. The birds and the flies will come for me. My cinnamon roll and chai tea, circling above head, swirling the lush ground for the ashen. In the city, there are always shadows, one thing or another moldering, where no flowers would grow. So I'm in Buffalo, New York, and that poem was written downtown Buffalo at a coffee shop, and I was taking in the summer colors. There was a lot of construction going on at that time, and it was part of the ambiance of what it meant to be in a city in the summer, where things are bustling, where people are around, and there's so much that happens at intersections. Section 5, Lamar Ave. Kabuki Theater. I have asked you to marry me before, similarly with Jade and After War. In sing-song tone, you've answered 1,000 times. Must there be such theater before branches bind? Or fuss to fasten a child's braid? Or quarrel before the autumn parade? To have played on plains before here we met, to have entered here in darkness to recollect the mess, the memory, the order, the ordained. What is an ocean between love? What is it to have known rosemary and prayer beads about a door, across its gates a fire stored? And the last section, section 6, Interstate 95. Directions. Head south. There are hills there, as high as mountains. I'd once mistaken them for the ranges my dad told me he left out west, where a meandering stream fell and began a basin in the mountainside, where he'd look up and marvel at what could begin from a slow trickle. Turn right, never take a road straight. You fast get somewhere, but may fall asleep before making any worthwhile journey. I have never taken a direct flight. Up in the air, I often forget that much of all we know and come to learn has come from touched rock, has come from living and leaving story behind. Like the ones Dad told us of learning to swim in that basin after slow walking a dusty road after school, getting lost, and how that mountain pool was an ocean to a boy looking to sail beyond the farm. Thank you for joining me here today for the reading of The Forest She Traveled. You can pick up your copy on Amazon.com. You can just type in the title, or you can type in my name, Shayna S. Israel, and you'll find the link there. It's also on barnesandnobles.com. And you can find it on my website, and if you have any further questions, if you would like to get in contact with me about a reading, you can reach out to me via my website, shaynasisrael.com. And to close the reading with you here today, I'm going to read from the book's description. On Amazon, you'll see that there are 2 beautiful book blurbs written by wonderful colleagues and friends of mine. So check it out online, and thank you again for joining me. The Forest She Traveled is a collection of poems, a journey through the body's grammar as it seeks to bring forward what has passed. The book is a vast field note of conversations with the fallen, the ancestral child, the ransacked, the witness. It is an account of a young woman and the precariousness she finds at the intersection of identity and migration. It is an archivist project, tinged with antediluvian fantasies and hard living. In the author's blue Jeep turned boat turned spaceship, she arrives at a pit stop to leave a memento. Thank you for joining me.